One of Tyson Fury's signature tools he brings into every fight is his high-level long guard game. Coming into the fight with Usyk, Fury already had a massive height, weight, and most importantly, reach advantage over Usyk, so it only makes sense that the much bigger Fury would prefer to keep his much smaller opponent at a long distance where he could make use of his oppressive long guard. This was probably the biggest puzzle for Usyk to solve in order to win this fight, but just like any puzzle, it can be solved. Usyk showed early on he was prepared and used several tactics to shut down Fury's long guard. The first tactic Usyk used was threatening with feints. You see here, as soon as Fury reaches out to take control of the space between them with his lead hand, Usyk immediately begins to challenge it with threats, or feints, in a very peculiar way. He feints high and feints low repeatedly. You see, one of the drawbacks of using the long guard is that it requires holding the hand out in an extended manner, which is much more taxing than holding your hand close to your body. By feinting at Fury's long guard, Usyk forces Fury to either hold his long guard out and slowly burn his arm out, or abandon it altogether. Usyk is playing a long, strategic game where he will force Fury to continuously work, while his low commitment feints reserve his energy in comparison. You see, Fury can make the best use out of his massive reach advantage if he keeps Usyk away, out of his punching range where only Fury can hit him, and the long guard is great at doing that since it takes control of the space between them, not allowing Usyk to simply walk into his range. The thing is, Usyk's high and low feints not only keeps Fury's guard out to block Usyk's line of attack, but also forces Fury to follow Usyk up and down with his guard, doing little lat raises that will eventually burn his shoulder out. And we see the same thing every time Fury shows the long guard. Usyk feints low, Fury's long guard follows him low, Usyk feints high, Fury follows him high, and then Usyk repeats this high-low feint barrage, making Fury do a few lateral raises before stepping back and retracting his long guard. Following the tactic of threatening with high and low feints, Usyk added on to this by actually following through on his feints with punches, primarily to Fury's body. You see, you could threaten someone with feints, but they can't be a real threat if there's no possibility of danger. One of the benefits of feinting is finding openings on your opponent based on their reactions to them. Here you see, as Usyk is doing his high and low feinting, Fury is reaching his guard out at a rhythm. Usyk notices this and times his attack the next time Fury reaches out. A beautiful but subtle detail is that Usyk is inching forward with every feint, breaking Fury's control of the open space and allowing him to work his way into punching range. Also notice Usyk adds a layer of safety to his attack by stepping to the outside of Fury's lead foot, allowing him to get his head on the outside of Fury's lead hand. Since he timed it when Fury reached out with his lead hand, Fury can't possibly hit him with it, at least without any leverage. Not only that, but Fury's right hand would have to reach across his body in order to hit Usyk, which he could only do after retracting his left hand back. Usyk would easily pull back and be out of range by then. And here are some more examples of Usyk following through with his feints to maintain their threat and also score points on Fury. Usyk attacking the body is smart because the long guard leaves an opening there. The elbows aren't tucked in like just about every other defensive guard, so Fury is forced to either reach down to block the punches with his hands, further burning his arms out as he has to do another lat raise to bring his guard back up, or use his legs to step his big body back, also burning his energy out, and also surrendering space to Usyk. Even forcing Fury back is a small victory for Usyk as it allows him to pressure Fury onto the ropes, where he could land punches. The third tactic Usyk used to shut down Fury's long guard was to simply parry it. Since one of the uses of the long guard is to use your glove to control one of your opponent's gloves, one simple way of preventing this is to control it back. Parry the glove out of the way so it can't do its job as effectively. Don't allow it to control your glove. Also knock it out of the way so it no longer is blocking your punch lanes. Since the glove is floating out in front of you, it is also much easier to do this than to parry a full speed punch. Usyk used a variety of parries to control Fury's long guard, particularly up parries, to create an opening to Fury's body. And of course, Usyk would also mix in the traditional down parries to remove Tyson Fury's long guard. The thing is, taking away Fury's long guard ended up being Usyk's greatest key to victory, because like I said earlier, he would cause Fury to burn his arm out and retract his guard, allowing Usyk to step in and neutralize the reach advantage. Using these tactics to pressure Fury back also contributed to Usyk wearing Fury out, and it was evident on several occasions that Fury was tired, allowing Usyk to take advantage, which was so important in a close fight like this. You see Fury is resting his arm, allowing Usyk to simply step into range and unleash a combination on him. And here Fury, tired, resting his arm and walking away until Usyk corners him. Here Fury is resting his lead arm and he winds up a naked right hand that pulls him off balance. Usyk makes him miss and makes him pay. And here Fury, clearly tired, tries to circle away, then comes forward with these weak pity-pat punches that Usyk counters and hurts Fury badly. You see, all these moments for Usyk happened because, as I said, he previously drained Fury's stamina, all while remaining efficient with his own stamina. And that leads me to the final way Usyk neutralized Fury's long guard game, and that's by simply looping punches around the guard when he's in range to reach him. The long guard is best equipped to take away straight punches by blocking their punch lanes. There is an opening around the flanks of the guard, but this is by design because typically you would use the long guard when out of range of looping punches. When the looping punches come, the long guard user would typically move their feet or their head, or both, to avoid the punches. Fury typically keeps his head pretty stationary when he's in the long guard, so Usyk was able to catch him by surprise when he worked into range. And lastly, I just want to quickly talk about how after Usyk neutralized Fury's long guard, Fury had to make an adjustment. He had to find another way to keep Usyk off of him. When his lead arm was tired and needed rest, Fury did do a good job of keeping Usyk occupied with his own threatening feint game. Also, since he had to fight with his lead hand low more with it tired, Fury made the most of these moments by actually inviting Usyk to take the opening over his low lead hand and would time him coming in with beautiful uppercuts. So while Usyk neutralized one of Fury's best weapons in the long guard, this fight was incredibly close and back and forth, but obviously the most interesting takeaway for me was how Usyk dealt with the long guard from someone so much longer than himself, and I think we could all learn something from these tactics from Usyk. And that's going to do it for this one. As always, thank you everybody for watching, and if this somehow gets taken down due to copyright, then you'll find this on my Patreon. And special thanks to my GOAT tier patrons, Jason Maheenan, Grant Gabriel, Albert Chen, Gostali Geza, Marshall Bott, Jesus Galindo, Nayan Valdez, MSM Neil, Kashif Zaman, and User, as well as my channel member Lucas Miller. You all keep the channel going, and I'll see you guys all in the next one.